ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday afternoon. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Go to Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. And make sure when you're traveling through the backways, the highways, the gravel roads, and everywhere in between during this particular planting season, make sure you stay tuned and make sure you stay alert for those particular machinery that's going through in and around the fields and around the bends and the corners. So again, Irie Insurance wants you to make sure to stay tuned for that as well as you hit the roadways. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. It's the Oaks Tornadoes and the Northern Cass Jaguars. Northern Cass at 11-6 on the season. Oaks at 7-6. Let's see how we got to this point here for both of these teams. Oaks lost a heartbreaker 3-2 against Fargo Oak Grove back here on Thursday here in Enderlin. In that contest for the Oaks Tornadoes, Fletcher Wilprecht, complete game loss, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, 7 hits, and 3 runs. In a game that went an hour and 48 minutes, the Oaks Tornadoes fell 3-2 in that particular contest. A run driven in with Trainer and Christensen. While for Northern Cass, they fell to Central Cass in one bad inning. It was the 5th inning that really cost the Jags, where Central Cass had 5 runs off a 1 hit. There's 3 Jaguar errors in that 5th inning as they batted 12 batters to that particular side. An 8-5 win for Central Cass. As picking up the loss was Metzger. Trey Huzar went 4 1/3 innings of work with 77 pitches for Northern Cass. Jacob Ossie and Keegan Neva able to get a couple of hits in that game with Trey Huzar as well. The 2-3-4 spot. Metzger with 2 runs scored. The same with Neva and a solo home run as well for Keegan Neva. So that's how we got to this point. If you're just joining us earlier, a win on the way for the Central Cass Squirrels over Fargo Oak Grove. 6-2 as Broughton went 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored, and Jackson Parker threw the complete game for this Central Cass Squirrels as well. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll get ready for the starting lineups, the first pitch, and also any other games that are going on. We'll keep you apprised of those across Region 1 and Region 2. Today we have the baseball and softball games here on yourliveevent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Watch the 2023 North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with Three Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone, and it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with Three Borders Sports Network and yourliveevent.com. Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show, as we take a look at this contest between the Oaks Tornadoes and alongside the Northern Cache Jaguars here on YourLiveEvent.com. Taking a look at some other games from across the regions. In Region 2, softball, Thompson 1-5 over Midway Minto 16-0 as the Tommies moved to the semifinal round in that particular region, going from the quarters to the semis. Region 1 softball earlier today, Hankinson Co-op defeated Enderlin. Right now in the top of the 6th inning, Kindred Richland and Northern Cass. It's 8-1 in favor of Kindred Richland on that softball game. The winner to play, Hillsborough Central Valley. In Region 2 for baseball, Hillsborough Central Valley won over Maple River, so the Burros will be advancing to play Thompson. Currently after 4 in Mayville, Larimore leads Hatton Northwood 2-0 right now. So those are a look at your scores from across the way. And as we mentioned, the Region 1 softball tournament with Jake Berkmeyer and Kevin Kochman can be viewed right here on YourLiveEvent.com. That again is YourLiveEvent.com. As the next contest at around 2 o'clock will get underway between Central Cass and Hankinson Co-op. Then if the score holds, Kindred Richland would go on and play Hillsborough Central Valley at 4 o'clock later today. Again, that's if that score particularly holds on the softball side. For Oaks and Northern Cass here, take a look at last year in the Region 1 tournament. They played in this very same venue in an elimination game, the 1 o'clock game in the second of the Region 1 baseball tournament. Northern Cass won that one 13-3. Jack Metzger went 6 innings and also was able to go 3 for 3 with 5 runs and 3 runs scored and 5 runs driven in that contest. Again, that was 13-3 Northern Cass over Oaks, and Northern Cass would eventually make it to the championship round, falling to Central Cass last season. So that's a look a little bit on the history side between Northern Cass and the Oaks Tornadoes, as well as the Oaks Tornadoes are finishing up some of their infield work here, and then we will get to the starting lineups and the first pitch as well. Again, this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Go to Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. I'm Chase Miller. He's Joey Hughes. This is Hendrickson Field, and we'll take another quick break. When we come back, it's the starting lineups from Enderlin, and this is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament Elimination Saturday. Now moving forward, our next 3 games, all elimination. You win, your season advances a little bit. If you lose, well, your season comes to an end. That's all coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups today for the Oaks Tornadoes in Northern Cass. The Jakes here on yourliveevent.com. The Oaks Tornadoes, they'll roll like this. Fletcher Wilprecht, a senior center fielder, had a complete game loss, but he was pretty good on the mound against Fargo Oak Grove on Thursday. Wilprecht 0 for 2 so far here in this tournament with 2 runs scored. James Trainer, the senior second baseman, will be batting second with a run driven in against Fargo Oak Grove. Gavin Christensen, the senior left fielder, batting third, followed by Brogan Roney, the junior shortstop, batting cleanup with 2 walks so far here in the tournament. Max Wallach will be on the mound, the junior pitcher. Xavier Vossler, the senior catcher, 1 of 3 so far here in Enderlin. Blazin Dolney, the junior designated hitter, 2 for 2, batting 7th here for Greg Dobitz. Deegan Rourke, the sophomore first baseman, is 0 for 3, followed by Michael Hoisted, the sophomore third baseman, also 0 for 3. And then Dylan Rodine, the senior right fielder here for the Tornadoes. So Wilprecht, Trainer, Christensen, Roney, Wallach, Vossler, Dolney, Rourke, Hoisted, and Dylan Rodine again will be playing in right field. Our officials, or our umpires here in this one, you have Gareth Hansen. He is going to be behind the plate. At first base will be Pat Adair, and then at third base will be Hale Hamry here today for our 3-man umpiring crew. We go from there to Northern Cass with the sophomore center fielder is going to be Matthew Metzger, 0 for 2 in their game for Northern Cass against Central Cass, but did have 2 runs at the leadoff spot. Jacob Osee, a sophomore second baseman, 1 of 3 with a walk and a run against Central Cass. Keegan Neva, the senior pitcher, with a home run against the Squirrels. Trey Hussar, the sophomore first baseman, 1 of 3, had a really good first 3 to 4 innings, then that 5th inning just kind of unraveled for Northern Cass against the Squirrels. Sam Clement, the sophomore third baseman, will be batting 5th. Jackson Hill, the senior catcher, batting 6th. Carter Waitson, the sophomore right fielder, is 1 of 4, batting 7th. You have Carter Westland, then the junior left fielder, and then Chris Hoyland for the freshman shortstop. So again, Metzger, Osee, Neva, Hussar, Clement, Hill, Waitson, Westland, and Hoyland here for Northern Cass. Northern Cass, 11 wins, 6 losses on the season. For the Oaks Tornadoes, they are 7-6. The winner of this game will play the winner of our next contest featuring the Enderlin Eagles and the Kindred Richland Vikings. And then that game will be roughly it's scheduled for 5, probably more like a 5:30, maybe even at 6 o'clock. First pitch for that contest. Enderlin Kindred Richland follows this particular game again after this one concludes between the Tornadoes and Northern Cass. The goal here in our next 2 games is to win and get to that elimination game and then win your second game later on tonight. That is the goal here for these squads. As the Oaks Tornadoes are getting introduced here, you'll also have with them getting introduced in a moment will be Northern Cass as well. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. The Oaks Tornadoes in their black tops with their orange numerals and lettering with their gray bottoms, while for Northern Cass, they're in their traditional black uniforms with white lettering outlined in gold with Jaguars in front in gold here in cursive for Northern Cass. Again, go to Irie Insurance online at irieins.com and contact your local Irie Insurance agent on upcoming hail policies to protect your crop. We're back after this here with the first pitch between the Tornadoes and the Northern Cass Jaguars on your live event.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts, from edible bean equipment to air compressors and pressure washers. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat clothing selection at Emery Vistos Implement. Anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or go online to vistoimplement.com. That's vistoimplement.com.
Top of the first inning we go here in Enderlin between Northern Cass and the Oaks Tornadoes. It's the Region 1 Baseball Tournament Elimination Saturday, moving Saturday, if you will. We start with 6 teams here today. We will be dwindled down to half of that with 3 to go after this day is done here in Enderlin, North Dakota. And then we'll get to the championship coming up on Monday, and if needed, that second championship game, part of the double elimination tournament on Tuesday. I'm Chase Miller. He's Joey Hughes. Live from Hendrickson Field here in Enderlin. It's the Region 1 Baseball Tournament again on yourliveevent.com. Wilprecht, Trainer, and Christensen to start things off here against Keegan Neva on the mound here for Northern Cass. First pitch underway at 1:26, and it's a hit high fly ball. That's going to be to center field and playable for Metzger. 1 pitch and 1 out here for Northern Cass. So far for Northern Cass, you have Trey Huzar with 77 pitches and Matt Metzger with 50 pitches here in this Region 1 Baseball Tournament. So this would be the third pitcher here for Northern Cass that we'll see so far, and they're hoping to add to it in terms of the win column as James Trainer digs in, and he'll take a ball as that'll miss. Now 1-0 for the sophomore first baseman. The righty-righty matchup here to the number 2 batter, Neva Rocks. This is going to be hit in the air up the right field line. We'll see if there's enough room as the first baseman, Trey Huzar, loses his hat on the way, and it'll be a foul. Now 1-1. OC at second with Hoyland at short, and then you have Clement here at third base. In left field, it's Westland, Metzger in center, and Wainson is in right for Northern Cass here in this contest. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here for Keegan Neva, going up against the sophomore again, senior-sophomore matchup, and the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Now at 1-2 for the Jags. They will try to do what they did last season after losing their first game in the Region 1 tournament. Came back through the losers bracket. The 1-2 offering. That'll be out of the zone at 2-2. Well, for Oaks, they fell back-to-back years to Fargo Oak Grove to start things off, and then they lost to Northern Cass in this game a year ago. The 2-2 pitch is going to miss low. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes, so the number 2 batter, Trainer, forcing Neva to throw some pitches here in this at-bat. This will be pitch number 6 upcoming, and then Christensen and Roney are due up next here for the Tornadoes. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This is going to be line drive down the third base line, foul, as Fargo Oak Grove is watching this game. And you have the Kindred Richland Vikings also waiting to see how this one wraps up, and the Enderlin Eagles as well, as the Eagles and the Vikings again will play next. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that'll be a ball. Really nice looking at bat there for Trainer, an 8-pitch at bat that draws a walk, and the Oaks Tornadoes have their first base runner on here today. Gavin Christensen, the senior left fielder, 0 for 2. Greg Dobitz, the head coach up the third base line, calling out what they're going to do here on the base pass. Well, for Sam Johnson here, the head coach for Northern Cass, Huzar holding the runner on at first. The pitch, this will be out of the zone. There's a fake whip throw back to first here for Hill. And now it's going to be 1-0. So Gavin Christensen with a run driven in their loss against Oak Grove. Went 0 for 2, did have a sacrifice fly. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way here for Keegan Neva. Runner's going to stay put. That'll miss low. Now 2-0. So after a 1-pitch shot, Fletcher Wilprecht hit it to straightaway center field where it's 325 here in Hendrickson. Hit it about 300 feet or so. A good drawn walk by Trainer. Now Christensen in a hitter's count at 2-0 with Neva on the mound. There's the whip throw. Back to first. Able to get back in safely again is Trainer. The winner of this game will have a little bit of time in between to find out who they'll play in later on here today in Enderlin with Kindred Richland and Enderlin. Another quick pick throw as this one is going to get by Trey Huzar. The runner is going from first to second base and going to be in there no problem. So an errant throw by Neva will allow the runner and trainer to get to second base and now in scoring position. So Gavin Christensen here can just try to get a base knock, hit one up the middle or into the outfield, and a chance to see if Trainer can come on in and score. Neva looks back the runner at second. The 2-0 pitch on the way and swung on and missed. Christensen gave it a whirl. Now it's 2-1. Just kind of felt like that this Region 1 baseball tournament coming into it very open in terms of the quality of play that we've seen up and down here in this particular region. And on any given day, someone can win and get beats. Neva rears back for the fastball. Christensen swung on top of that one. Now it's 2-2. So to see a 3 seed and so far a 5 seed make the region final day, and now it's just a matter of who's going to join them. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This is smashed down the left field line, and that'll be foul. Christensen able to barrel that one up, but just in front. And now we'll have it at 2-2 all over again. On Thursday, we did see a couple of cars down that left field line. One got smacked right on the hood. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way as, again, the runner trainer takes his lead from second. Out of the zone, this will be off the glove of Hill. Runner scampers down to third base here for Oaks, and now it's a 3-2 count upcoming for Christensen. So on the pass ball there, that'll allow the runner and Christensen now to be a 3-2, but the runner and trainer able to get to third base. Neva with the 3-2 pitch upcoming here for Northern Cass. Foul back, and just as Trainer was able to do, Christensen working a nice at-bat, taking some pitches against Neva here. And now it's Brogan Roney after Christensen's at-bat wraps up for the Tornadoes. Neva looking for the strikeout, Christensen looking to get on base. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, that'll be out of the zone, and Gavin Christensen draws a walk. So 2 walks here with runners at the corners brings up Brogan Roney, who drew 2 walks back on Thursday against Fargo Oak Grove. And with Gavin Christensen at first base, Greg Dobitz likes to put an opportunity for hit and runs on, or the opportunity to maybe steal second for the runner from third to come on down. So we'll see what kind of play that Greg Dobitz puts on. Huzar holding Christensen at first. Clement trying to keep the runner at third as close as possible. Trainer Christensen's going to go. They throw it down to third base. Not going to make a difference anyway, as Christensen will get in to second base with a stolen, and Hill was trying to see if he could keep the lead runner and Trainer maybe catch napping. It's going to be a 1-0 count upcoming now to Brogan Roney. For the Tornadoes, a chance to do some damage here against Keegan Neva in the top of the first inning. Looking to bunt, that'll be out of the zone. Here's a throw down, that goes to the third baseman, Clement, as this is going to come in, and being thrown out at home plate here is going to be Trainer. So 2 down with the runner at third base now. Hill hopped it to the third baseman, Clement, but he did a good job keeping it in front of him. And then Trainer just kind of got caught in a rundown, so he's going to be out at home. Christensen goes to third, and now Brogan Roney with a 2-0 count. For Oaks, trying to minimize what they did against Oak Grove, where they loaded the bases back on Thursday in the first inning and came up with nothing. This one's going to get away from Clement. Coming in is Christensen, and he's going to stand up, and it's a run scored here for the Tornadoes. So a couple of errant plays here by Neva on the mound has allowed the carousel to come around here for the Tornadoes, as they now lead it 1-0. Christensen will come in, and now all of a sudden Brogan Roney will have nobody on but a hitter's count. The 2-0 swung on and missed, now 2-1. So small ball variety here for the Oaks Tornadoes, and unlike that game against Oak Grove where they are unable to capitalize and score a run, they do at least get one here against Neva, who misses out of the zone now at 3-1. So 1-0 in favor of the Tornadoes here as Christensen comes in to score here in the top of the first inning, thanks in part to the error there by Neva. Here's the 3-1 pitch, foul back in 3-2. A full count with Trainer, a full count with Christensen, and now a full count here with Roney. So the pitch count is also starting to work its way here in the first inning for Neva on the bump for Northern Cass. The 3-2 pitch is a line shot right up the middle. It's a 2-out single here for Brogan Roney, and Max Wallach will step up to the plate. Max, 1 of 4 so far here in this Region 1 baseball tournament for the junior opposition pitcher now here for Oaks, going up against this Northern Cass lineup a little bit later on. After Northern Cass right now, we'll see what Brogan Roney can do at first base. There's a quick pick. Huzar applies a tag. Brogan able to get back in safely. And for Keegan Neva, trying to minimize the damage just to 1 run here in the top of the first inning. This is going to be hit in the air, and that's a fly ball, but straight away center, right to the center fielder in Metzger, and that'll retire the side. But Oaks able to get 1 run across off of 1 hit. There was 2 errors and 1 runner left on base. A half inning complete here on our Bank North scoreboard. Oaks is up by 1.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
So to the bottom of the first inning we go here in Enderlin from Hendrickson Field. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament on your liveevent.com. Make sure later on you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll get to our RDK Enterprises Precision Play the Contest. RDK Enterprises with Hillsborough and Drayton locations. Precision planting updates, information, and questions. Contact the fine folks at RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton. We'll also get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and more all upcoming. So Metzger, OC, and Neva here for Northern Cass. Huzar, Clement Hill, Waitson, Westland, and Hoyland here going up against Max Wallach on the mound for the Oaks Tornadoes. Northern Cass, if they take care of business here today, could still possibly host the Region 1 championship on Monday. What they would need to happen is win this game, win their next game, and either have Kindred Richland lose against Enderlin or beat Kindred Richland in that elimination game for the Jakes to host on Monday. Metzger, we'll see this one in the dirt with Wallach at 1-0. Metzger 0 for 2 here in the tournament with 2 runs scored so far. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way by the righty in Wallach. And the pitch. That'll miss for a ball at 2-0. One pitcher was used in their loss against Fargo Oak Grove. Fletcher Wilprecht threw 121 pitches in 7 innings of work. 2-0 is going to be hit up the third base line. Here comes Hoisted, able to go across. Did they get him in time? Yes, they did. Patted air, says the stretch by Rourke in time. 5-3 on the putout as Metzger is retired. Hoisted did a good job coming across there, letting that one come through, glove it, make a nice throw to Rourke, who able to get a little stretch on that one for 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. OC, the sophomore second baseman, digs in, breaking ball. That'll be out of the zone for a ball at 1-0. Christensen in left, followed by Wilprecht in center and Rodine in right field here for the Tornadoes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll be low, now 2-0. Vossler behind the plate, as we mentioned, Hoisted at third. Roney at shortstop, Trainer at second, and Rourke at first base. Here's the 2-0 offering. That'll miss for a ball. Now it's 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes here. OC 1 of 3 in the tournament with a walk and a run scored. And the pitch. That'll miss, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk here for OC. So OC takes the walk here, and now you're going to have Keegan Neva, who had a solo home run in their loss against Central Cass as he hit that one to left center field. Neva 2 for 3 here in the tournament. OC at first being held on. There's the pick. And able to get back in safely. And we'll keep it here on the first pitch upcoming to Neva. Oaks Tornadoes were able to cause some trouble with Neva on the base pass. Now they're trying to do the same to Wallach here for the Tornadoes. The pitch, breaking ball. Here comes the pick throw back. Not going to be in time at 1-0. So Metzger 2-0 in the count. Had a grounder to Hoisted, a 4-pitch walk to OC, and now Neva with a walk. So far for Max Wallach, he's thrown 7, make that 8 pitches, and 7 of them have been out of the zone. Here goes the runner from second. Here's the throw down to second base as OC now scampers into scoring position. Neva works ahead in the count at 2-0. So Neva a chance to tie things up or possibly even take the lead if he hits one out of the park, but now an opportunity here with the runner in scoring position. This one will be all the way to the backstop. Runner in OC will able to go to third base here. And now it will be 3-0 on the way to Keegan Neva. So Max Wallach right now just trying to find the zone here on the mound for the Tornadoes. As the one-out base runner in OC goes from first to second on a stolen base. That one able to get by Vossler, and now it's 3-0. We'll see if Neva gets the green light. Keevan. Let's take that one for a 3-1 offering, excuse me. So now it's 3 balls and 1 strike after that ball was thrown. Corner infielders playing in. Here's the pitch. Neva's going to hit one on the ground. That goes to the third baseman. Hoiste goes to Vossler. It gets by him. Running on the way from first into second base is going to be Keegan Neva now, as it's 1-1 in favor on our Bank North scoreboard with Oaks and Northern Cass. So Neva put one in play. It will be on an error here for Hoisted, and it will allow Neva to go to second. OC will come in to score, and it's 1-1. As you'll have a runner at second base here with Trey Huszar stepping up to the plate. 1 of 3 with a run driven in so far here in the tournament. First pitch swinging up the first base line, but that'll go foul now at 0-1. The sophomore first baseman only got going in the first 4 innings against Central Cass, but 3 errors in the field and just a couple walks as well, was chased out of the game in the 5th against the Squirrels, as this one will miss out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Tornadoes plant one to come in and score in the top half of the first. Northern Cass has answered with at least 1 here in the bottom half, as this will be in there for a strike now at 1-2. Northern Cass and Oaks here. Clear skies throughout the day here in Enderlin. Taking a look at temperature kind of in that mid going into the upper 60s here, as this will miss for a ball. So it'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes with number 2 Neva at second base. Deuces Wild here in Enderlin. Max Wallach looks the runner back, and the pitch. Breaking ball, that'll be out of the zone, and another 3-ball count. So the 3rd consecutive count that we've seen be a 3-ball count here for Northern Cass. Being very patient at the plate, looking for their pitch, not chasing or going out of the zone. And the 3-2 offering. This one will run in. It'll be a walk on the way. And for Northern Cass, they have yet to get a hit, but they have scored a run with runners at first and second. And Greg Dobitz wants to come out and talk it over with Max Wallach on the mound right now, as you'll have Neva and Huszar going over to talk with Sam Johnson, with Sam Clement coming up here to the plate for Northern Cass. The winner of this game, again, moves on to play later today in an elimination game as well, and then the winner of that game will move on to play on Monday. The loser will see their season come to a close. Earlier in the semifinals, a win for Central Cass over Fargo Oak Grove, 6-2. Jackson Parker really good on the mound, able to pick up the complete game victory for Central Cass as he was able to have 12 strikeouts, 6 walks, 4 hits, 2 runs against in that win for the Squirrels in their 6-2 victory over Fargo Oak Grove. So Sam will come up to the plate here now for Northern Cass. First pitch swinging, and this is going to be a line drive righty. They get a chance for 2. No, they get 1. So Trainer to Rorick, and then this one goes in the dugout, and the advance will be second to third here, and they're going to see if that runs in a score. If they will advance 2 bases, yes, they will. So it goes second to home and first to third here. And now it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Northern Cass. So a line drive to the second baseman. Trey Huzar will go first to third. Neva comes in to score. It's now 2-1 after an error here. And now it's going to be Jackson Hill who's 0 for 1 in the count. So far today, 0 for 3 in this tournament. So again, this will be hit on the ground. A chance for the shortstop, Darren Roney, to Rorick, 6-3. But we've seen a couple of errors so far here for both teams today. Northern Cass, without even having a base knock, able to score 2 here in the bottom of the first inning on our Bank North scoreboard. The Tornadoes coming to the plate next on your live event.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Top of the second inning here on YourLiveEvent.com in Enderlin. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com as we'll take a look at what happened earlier as the Kindred Richland Vikings were able to advance with a win over Northern Cass in the softball tournament. So they'll play Hillsborough Central Valley later today. This one will miss out of the zone for a ball to Xavier Vossler, now 1-0. So again, Xavier Vossler, Layson Dolney, and Deegan Rorick. This one will be swung on and missed. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, the center field, some of the trains making its way through here in Enderlin. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way from Neva. That'll be out of the zone for a ball, now 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here to the leadoff batter in the second inning for the Oaks Tornadoes and Vossler. This one will be in there for a strike, now 2-2. Xavier Vossler, the senior catcher, also the quarterback for the Oaks Tornadoes football team this past fall. The 2-2 pitch is going to be hit on the ground. Chance of the shortstop here, Hoyland. Hoyland comes across, 6-3, good-looking throw to Trey Huzar there for 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Dolney, the designated hitter, 2 for 2 for the Tornadoes against Fargo Oak Grove. Oaks 7-6 on the season. Northern Cass at 11-6. Jags looking to pick up win number 12, while the Tornadoes looking for win number 8 on the year. As the offering upcoming will be in there for a strike at 0-1. The Tornadoes have yet to win a Region 1 baseball championship, or Northern Cass. They've been to state twice in 2005 and 2016 was the last time. That was out of the zone, and at a hack there came from Dolney, now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the way here as Keegan Neva is looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Neva. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking, and Neva gets the punch out. Deegan Rorick, the sophomore first baseman, will come up to the plate. Central Cass has won back-to-back region titles. Enderlin Maple Valley 2019 and 18. 17 was Kindred Richland, and in 2016, Northern Cass. As we look back at the Region 1 championships, Neva able to find the zone here for a strike to Deegan Rorick. Now it's 0-1. Neva with the pitch. Swung on and missed. Now 0-2. So after a walk, and a single, Neva has retired 3 straight Tornado batters and looking to finish it off 1-2-3 here in the second. And this will be in the dirt with Hill behind the plate, now 1-2. Keegan Neva with the stripe down either side of the pants here for Northern Cass with that gold. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way here for Keegan. It's going to be popped up and in the infield. Hoyland, the shortstop, able to take a step or two in, and that'll retire the Oaks Tornadoes here in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-1 Northern Cass on our Bank North scoreboard.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Bottom of the lineup due up next here for Northern Cass as we get things ready in the bottom of the second inning with Wadeson, Westland, and Hoyland here for Northern Cass against Max Wallach. Wallach, the first inning, 21 pitches thrown. Gave up 2 runs, no hits, 2 walks, and a couple of errors that costed him and the Tornadoes. And now Wallach will dig in here to the bottom of the lineup for Northern Cass coming up. Righty matchup to start things off here. This will be missing low in the dirt at 1-0. On the opposite side, Keegan Neva so far through 2 innings of work has given up 1 hit with 2 walks, a strikeout on 35 pitches and a run. Off-speed pitch, that'll be out of the zone now 2-0 as the wind is starting to make its way come through the press box a little bit. More from right to left on Thursday, now more left to right, or when that's coming into the first base dugout, as this will be now 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes on the way here to Wadeson, and the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike at 3-1. So Wallach with the 3-1 offering here in the count and the offering. That'll miss for a ball and a 5-pitch walk here for Max Wallach. Will have his 3rd walk of the game, and Carter Wadeson gets to first base. Wadeson 0 for 3 with a run driven in so far here in the tournament. We'll see the play that Sam Johnson wants to put on here for Westland as he comes up. As this will be an opportunity here for Northern Cass. The pitch, that'll be low. Runner's going to go to second base. There's an errant throw, but staying put at second is going to be Carter Wadeson here for the stolen base. And now it's going to be a 1-0 offering to Carter Westland, the junior left fielder. Kindred Richland will play next against the Enderlin Eagles, and then the winner of that game will play the winner of this contest again in another elimination game a little bit later on. But the opportunity now for Northern Cass to add on to their 1-run lead so far, as Rorick comes in at first base, looking to bunt. Taking it back was Westland in the dirt. It'll now be 2-0 upcoming here to Carter. So Wadeson able to get the stolen base, and we've already seen 2 stolen bases here by Northern Cass today. Here's the 2-0 pitch. taking for a strike at 2-1, and how we're seeing the defense come for Oaks. Staying at third is hoisted if it has a chance to be bunted right back to the pitcher, where you have Rorik hard charging from first base, and then the second baseman trainer would have to cover first as the shortstop Roney trying to keep the runner and waits in close. There's the pick, and he's going to be back in safely. Able to see it pretty well from our center field camera, also from our press box cam on that particular play. As you have the 2-1 offering again here for Max Wallach. The pitch. This is going to be bunted up the third base line, but foul. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes here with Chris Hoyland due up next. For the Oaks Tornadoes, Wallach and Vossler. And Wallach going through 6 batters the first time through the Northern Cass lineup. See what the Jags can send up to the plate here in the bottom half of the second inning. Wallach looks back the runner and the pitch. Looking to bunt, they will. This will be a nice bunt fielder from Wallach, able to go to Rorik here. 1-3 on the put-up bunt. It's going to be a sac bunt on the way here for Westland. We retired 1-3, and now you'll have a 1 down here with the runner at third base and Waitson. So a really nice opportunity there for Carter. Small ball variety here, and now it's going to be Chris Hoyland. Infield will come in for the Oaks Tornadoes. Everybody in on the grass except the second baseman trainer taking a step or 2 back with the lefty up at the plate. Wallach misses for a ball. Now 1-0 to Chris Hoyland. Hoyland will dig in here with the Waitson. Already got his jersey dirty here with that stolen base, the 1-0 offering. That'll be in there for a strike. As it's now 1 ball and 1 strike upcoming here. So 1-1 on the way here, and we'll see if we see the suicide or possibly the safety squeeze, as we've seen that a couple of times throughout this tournament as well. Here's the pitch. This is going to be popped up, and in the infield here, Hoisted will be right on fair foul territory. They'll say that'll be a fair ball hit there, and it'll be a pop out to Hoisted at third base. So out number 2 here for Wallach and the Oaks Tornadoes, as Northern Cass will have Metzger stepping up. Metzger, the sophomore center fielder, 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman his last time up. Taking his lead off at third is going to be Waitson. That one in there for a strike at 0-1. For the Tornadoes in the top half of the third inning, 9-1 and 2 batters with Hoisted, Wilprecht, and Trainer due up upcoming here for the Tornadoes. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll be out of the zone. Vossler does a good job of reaching up and keeping that particular baseball in front of him. As we'll have the 1-1 count upcoming here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Wallach with the pitch. This is going to be hitting the air up the right field line, but that one will be out of play and hooking foul. Be now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here, 2 outs with a large run standing at third base here for Northern Cass. The 1-2 pitch. This is going to be fouled, and this will be, flip play. Almost looked like it was going to be fouled from our point of view here on the press box off of the batter here, Metzger, but it was not. Good job by Wallach going 1-3 on the putout. So a leadoff walk goes to Rye. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 2 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass leads it by 1.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Top of the third inning we go. Northern Cass and Oaks here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Chase Miller. He's Joey Hughes, and this is the 2023 Region 1 Baseball Tournament Elimination game here, again in Enderlin, North Dakota. Hoisted takes a strike now, 0-1, then back to the top of the lineup with Fletcher Wilprecht and James Trainer. As Keegan Neva looks in, the pitch swung on and missed, now 0-2. So Neva at pitch count number 37 right now here for the Northern Cass senior right-hander. And you get 135 pitches in the Region 1 baseball tournament. Off speed, that'll miss for a ball, now 1-2. You get your day off on Sunday, then back on it again on Monday as the hope for one of these four teams that are still playing here today. And Neva gets the strikeout, his second of the afternoon. It's a foul tip into the glove of Hill, and the first time through the lineup, Keegan Neva goes 2 1/3, one hit with Roney, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 run against. Now it goes with Fletcher Wilprecht here for the Tornadoes, who flew out to Metzger on one pitch to open up the game back at 126. This will be out of the zone for a ball at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on the way here to Fletcher Wilprecht for the senior center fielder. This is going to be hit on the ground. That's to the third baseman. Clement able to go across to Azar, 5-3, and 2 down here now for the Oaks Tornadoes. James Trainer with a walk, able to get all the way to third base before he was out at home. As that could possibly be, as this game moves along, especially if it's a 1 or 2-1 variety, that could be a big play, obviously, at home, and could be our Artie Cantor Prizes feature precision play of the contest. Is this one will miss out of the zone and be behind the count. So after working ahead on Hoiston and Wilprecht, Trainer with a 1-0 pitch upcoming here from Keegan Neva. This is fouled, and this will be out of play here at Hendrickson Field. There's enough room behind home plate, but it's not as spacious as some Major League Baseball parks, or maybe for that matter, Newman Outdoor Field as an example, where if it gets by the catcher, you can run for days. Here's the offering. Breaking ball just out of the zone, now 2-1. Look at target field with that backstop. I mean, if you're going to run, you better make sure you get a good one, because that limestone, it could come back and ricochet awfully quickly. It'll be 3 balls and 1 strike. Newman Outdoor Field. Again, you throw one behind the catcher there, you're getting 1 base, maybe even 2, depending on how aggressive you want to be. Here in Enderlin, pretty fair in terms of both from a hitter and a catcher point of view. Here's the 3-1 offering. That'll be in the dirt. Neva kind of chunked it a little bit on the mound. Looks to be okay as he just works his footing off, and that'll be a 5-pitch walk here for James Trainer. So the third free pass that Keegan Neva has given up here against Oaks, and then it goes now with Gavin Christensen, who worked the count full, had a really good at-bat with him and Roney back in the first inning for the Tornadoes. So a runner at first base again is James Trainer. He's being held on by Trey Huzar as he takes the lead. Runner's going to stay put. This will be in the dirt now, 1-0. So Keegan Neva right now looking to finish the top of the third off without a scratch against, and O.C. Neva and Huzar would be due up in the bottom half of the third. For the Tornadoes, they will see this one be in there for a strike at 1-1 to Christensen. Oaks, can they put 2, 3, 4 good at-bats together and maybe get a run across and tie this game with a 2-out rally here, as that was a whip throw back in safely. So 1 ball and 1 strike here in Enderlin. Keegan Neva looks into Hill behind the plate. Taking his lead off of first is Trainer. Trainer's going to stay. Here's the throw. That'll be low for a ball now at 2-1. Gavin Christensen kind of gives me a reminder of Luis Arise a little bit in the batter's box. Sees that ball come in, kind of walking around, trying to find ways to get on base. And it has some similar mannerisms, that is. The 2-1 pitch. This will miss. Runner's going to go. Trainer down to second. He's going to get it. Then he's going to be allowed to go to third base on the throw as well, as this will come back in with the center fielder. So a stolen base, then the E2 will allow him to get to second, and Trainer now stands at third base. For Gavin Christensen here. We'll see what Neva does against him. That'll be in there for a strike. And Christensen, we'll see it now 3-2. So Neva 1 strike away from the runner at third being stranded. The 3-2 pitch upcoming here to Christensen. Neva winds and delivers. Breaking ball, that'll miss out of the zone, and Christensen draws a walk. Back-to-back walks here for the Oaks Tornadoes, just like they did it in the first with Trainer and Christensen. Only difference, that was 1 out. You have 2 outs here with Trainer and Christensen, as Gavin Christensen was trying to go around and play that little sneaky go to first here, then all of a sudden turn the corner and get to second, but there was a time called by Hill. Sometimes if there's no time called, that's one of those where you might catch a team napping a little bit. Maybe you get a free run, because if the catcher comes off home there's no one guarding the plate, and the third base, the man at third and Trainer could try to come in and score. We saw Christensen in this same situation in the first, with runners at the corner steal second base. So would not be surprised at all if we see this opportunity again with Brogan Roney at the plate with a single today. He's got the lone hit off of Keegan Neva so far. Christensen stays put. A fastball in there for a strike, now 0-1. Second time through here for the Oaks Tornadoes, and just like the first time, batters 2 and 3 get on base. Brogan Roney, the cleanup batter here, trying to tie this game up in the third, as that'll be a pick play. Getting back easily is going to be Christensen. So again, Trainer at third. You have Christensen at first. Keegan Neva looks back the runners. This time Christensen goes. Here's the throw down. Going to be cut off by the second baseman. Osi goes back to the catcher. Do they apply the tag? Yes, they did. They got him on the back. Oh, what a tag by Hill, as he was able to tag James Trainer to retire the Oaks Tornadoes here in the top of the third inning. Oaks is going to say that he did not complete the tag, that he came and swiped across, but they didn't get his jersey, is what they're going to argue. But that is going to be a stolen base for Christensen that will not matter, as it's going to go 2-4 on the putout on that one. So the Tornadoes scored no runs here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-1 Northern Cass on your live event.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Region 1 Baseball Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll have 2 more games today, and then also we'll get to the games on Monday and, if needed, on Tuesday. Currently going on across the way. Bottom of the first inning between the Squirrels and Pirates in softball. That is currently scoreless. Region 2 between Hatton Northwood and Larimore. And it is a final as Hatton Northwood defeats Larimore in 7, 3-2. So Hatton Northwood will go on and play Mayport CG in the Region 2 baseball tournament. Again, it's the Region 1, Region 2 baseball and softball action on YourLiveEvent.com. This one here is going to be O.C. Neva and Trey Hussar. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here with Max Wallach on the mound, the 1-1 offering. Breaking ball, that'll be in there for a strike now at 1-2. O.C. with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. That came back in the first inning. This is going to be hit on the ground and underneath the glove of Wallach, and then unable to grab that one is going to be the third baseman. So getting on will be O.C. here. And now the Jags will get a base knock here as O.C. is going to get on board for the second time here today. And that'll be the first hit for Max Wallach. There's the pick throw back, diving in safely as O.C. This will be the bottom of the third inning again, the heart of the lineup coming up here for Northern Cass, trying to extend their lead here in the bottom half of the third after Trainer was thrown out at home. This will be a strike. The throw down, going to slide in safely here for Northern Cass is O.C. So O.C. slides around the bag on the center field side to get the stolen base, and now into scoring position. 0-1 is the count upcoming to Keegan Neva. So for O.C., able to get his second stolen base of the contest. And both teams, that's one thing coming in, you knew both teams were going to be aggressive as they are throughout their programs and with their base runners in this game to try to get runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-1. This is popped up. Max Wallach calls everybody off here. The first baseman has to battle the wind a little bit, able to get the first out of the third inning. So a pop out here with Neva. Now it's Trey Hussar, who walked his last time up and was stranded at third base. Oaks so far here today, they have 1 run off of just 1 hit. They've left 2 runners on and 2 errors. Northern Cass with 2 runs so far off of 1 hit. They've left 2 on and have committed 3 errors. This is going to be hit on the ground. A high hopper to the second baseman. Trainer makes a nice play over to Rourke to see that one coming in after Rourke kind of came into the grass on that one to see if it would be a little bit of a hop. But instead it really took a high hop there, and Trainer able to go to Rourke here 4-3. And we saw Trainer make a sensational play against Oak Grove right up second base. Might have been so far the defensive gem of the game and of the tournament. Also what we saw with Kylan Swenson in left field throwing a rope against Oak Grove. As Xavier Vossler will see this one come on down, as we'll have a 1-0 count upcoming here now to Sam Clement here, the 0-for-1 so far today. After a line drive, and then there was an errant throw. Trainer trying to double off the man at first in Hussar, threw it in the dugout, as this will be a 1-hopper that goes to Hoisted. Hoisted across the, has to apply the tag here, does Rourke, and that'll retire the Jags here in the bottom of the third inning. So good job by Rourke there, and also around the horn with Trainer and Hoisted for the Tornadoes in the bottom of the third here. No runs, there was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 3 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. The Tornadoes coming to the plate, down by 1.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
The school district looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kendrick Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kendrick Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Top of the fourth inning, Max Wallach has gone 3 innings of work so far. 1 hit, couple of runs, 3 walks, 48 pitches. All Keegan Neva now takes him out for his 4th inning of work. Going up against Brogan Roney, Wallach, and Vossler here, 4, 5, and 6 after the Tornadoes again were run out of the 3rd inning with a runner out at home on the tag with OC cutting in front of that stolen base going to Hill. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here, and the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike at 1 and 2. So for Keegan Neva, he will look for his 3rd strikeout here. The pitch, foul back here with Brogan. So Roney, this will be the opportunity here to start the top of the 4th inning off on our Bank North scoreboard as we're at the midway point of this contest between the Tornadoes and the Jags. Off-speed pitch, that'll miss for a ball at 2-2. Bank North, they offer the perfect sync with your busy life and their online banking with their mobile app. That'll miss for a ball at 3-2. You can take Bank North with you wherever you want to go. They'll handle your banking requests anytime for all of your accounts. It's values-based banking without ever slowing down. Go to ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com. The 3-2 pitch. And that'll be a walk. The 5th walk so far here for the Tornadoes against Keegan Neva, and it's been 2 by Trainer, 2 by Christensen, and 1 by Roney. The heart of the lineup has done what they've needed to do. They've all gotten on base. They've had 1 single and 5 walks between the 2, 3, and 4 batters. The problem is just 1 run has came across so far here for the Tornadoes on our Bank North scoreboard. There's the pick, throw over to first, diving back safely is Brogan Roney. And with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning, Max Wallach is due up. 1 of 5 so far in the tournament, flew out to Metzger to end the 1st inning. Runner stays put. The pitch by Metzger. The pitch by Neva swung on and missed. Now 0-1. Metzger in center with Waitson in right and Westland in left. Here for Northern Cass, Huzar again at first with OC at second base. Hoyland is going to be at shortstop as this one got back to the backstop. It was backed up Goodwell by Waitson there enough. Staying put is going to be Brogan Roney. Hoyland at shortstop and Clemenby third base with Hill behind the plate. Regional 1 baseball tournament this season. Able to find its way back to Enderlin as it did last year. Here's the 0-1 offering. Swung on, and there's the throw back. Hill to Huzar, sliding in safely is Roney. Now it's going to be 0-2. The first day of the Region 1 baseball tournament last year. Able to get through 3 in about half of a game between Northern Cass and Kinder Richland before it was rained out, and then they had to move it to Enderlin to finish that game. So the one day in Enderlin last year was 4.5 contests of baseball. And then they eventually went to Castleton for the final couple of games. And another pick play, Brogan Roney right now. You've seen a couple of pickoff opportunities by Neva. You've seen a throw down from Hill to Huzar. Getting very attentive with that tying run again on base here. The pitch, this is going to be fouled, and it will be right off of Max Wallach here. Looks to be all right. Calling balls and strikes in this contest, again, Gareth Hansen, Cale Hamry, the third base umpire, and Pat Adair, the first base umpire here today for a 3-man crew. Also, umpires that we see in this tournament, Brent Engelbrenson, Tom Pirius, and also Eric Olson. Here's the 0-2 offering upcoming with Keegan Neva on the bump for Northern Cass. This one will be out of the zone and make it at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way. We'll see if the runner breaks. Brogan Roney, he'll keep it, and Wallach fouls this one off. As we take a look here, the Rorick right now looking to get to second base. Pitcher perfect kind of a day compared to what we saw here on Thursday with that haze and that Canadian wildfires making its way through with that smoky conditions. Sun has been out so far from the first game to the second game, and we expect it to do the same a little bit later on throughout the afternoon and early evening. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here, top of the 4th inning. Neva looks back, the runner and the pitch. Breaking ball Good job here by Max Wallach fouling that one off, and he'll see another pitch from Keegan. So Neva with 54 pitches again after 3, and it's continuing to rise right now here for Northern Cass. Oaks Tornadoes making him work so far on the mound, but just one run across as this is another, little check swing, and will be fouled off again. And we'll have another 1-2 count upcoming here for the Tornadoes. So a really good at-bat by the number 5 batter here in the lineup for Greg Dobitz. Max Wallach, again, a chance to help his own cause. The 1-2 pitch, that'll miss for a ball now at 2-2. Elimination Saturday here in Region 1. Neva quickly gets to the set. A 2-2, that'll miss. Now a 3-2, not quite quick pitching, but Neva went a little bit quicker than what we've seen, as this time he steps off the mound at 3-2. Does not want to walk Brogan Roney here. And then put runners at first and second base with nobody out. After walking Roney, does not want to walk Wallach. Swung on and missed and gets a strikeout instead. So out number 1. Third strikeout here for Neva after walking 3 straight batters in Trainer Christensen and Roney. He gets the punch out. Last time a ball was put in play, however, against Neva was in the first. A single by Roney. Now it's Xavier Vossler here at the plate. This one's going to be grounded. Check that last time it was but Xavier Vossler who grounded out to Hoyland. So this will be 0-1 the count now with the senior catcher. As for Roney, he'll take his lead as Oaks right now going to get someone loose down the left field line. This one will miss for a ball now at 1-0. We'll get that to you for in a moment here up the dugout for the Oaks Tornadoes. Diving back in safely again is Roney. As for the Tornadoes right now, you have Gavin Christensen starting to loosen up a little bit. The pitch, that'll be out of the zone. 2-1. Again, Max Wallach has thrown 48 pitches so far, 3 innings of work, and Christensen starting to loosen up a little bit. Here's the 2-1 offering on the way. This is going to be hit in the air. That might split the gap to left center field. It comes down for a base knock to left fielder Westland. Brings it in quickly. Here's the throw. Do they got him at third base? No, he's safe. Diving underneath the tag is going to be Roney. What a throw by Westland. A one-hopper to Clement at third base, and by the time he applied the tag, the hands of Brogan were on third, and going to second, here is Xavier Vossler, and he will be courtesy run for. So runners at second and third here for the Oaks Tornadoes, as Coach Johnson wants to talk it over for the Oaks Tornadoes. This is a great opportunity here in the top of the 4th inning. As for Oaks right now, they'll have Noah Wood as the courtesy runner at third base. At second base. At third base would be Roney, with Blazin Dolney coming up here for the Tornadoes. So a really good job by Westland in left center field to cut that one off and make sure that it doesn't get by you. But a better throw on the way. They almost got the runner out at third, and that would have possibly been another inning where you could say Oaks runs themselves out of an inning right now, but they've been at this situation before with runners at third, and they've only got one run across. So left a runner on in the first, a runner on in third. They've been out at home twice so far here today. But for Keegan Neva right now, he's got some work to do with Dolney stepping up to the plate. Blazin 0 for 1 today with a strike 3 looking for the junior designated hitter. He's 2 for 3 in this tournament. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. Neva looks back, the runner at third. The pitch, that'll be out of the zone at 1-0. Batter number 4 here in the 4th for the Tornadoes. A walk, strikeout, and a single so far. And then Vossler was able to go to second base after the throw by Westland. Here's the 1-0 offering. This is going to be hit up the right field line, but that'll be foul. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. After Dolney, then it's Rorick coming up here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Great opportunity here for Oaks against Nevo right now. And for Keegan Neva, he'll say his infielders in. So infield tight, hitters delight, as they would say at times. Just an opportunity to get one on a little pop-up past the infield and into the outfield. Neva steps off. That'll be 1-1. Always a situation here when you're a pitcher, you got to make sure you don't force anything to make the umpire to maybe think of balk in this situation and tie the game up. If you're going to step off, just make sure you step off and recollect yourself. Here's the 1-1 offering for Keegan. That'll be in there for strike. Breaking ball now at 1-2. So blazing right now. See if he can put one in play, and we've seen that work a time or two, whether it's a base knock or possibly get an error. Just try to find a way to put this one in play here against Northern Cass. Neva looking for the punch out. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and there's the strikeout. Out number 2 here, and Keegan Neva gets his 4th strikeout of the game. And we might get a pinch hitter upcoming here for Oaks, as the Tornadoes will come on. And it looks like we will get a pinch hitter upcoming here for the Oaks Tornadoes. And we'll get to our lineup here in a moment and see who this might be. Looks like Titus coming up here for the Oaks Tornadoes. As coming on is going to be Titus, the sophomore. So Titus will be coming on here for Rorick with a runner at second and third on that last strikeout, the secondary lead by Noah Wood. He was about halfway between second and third. He was waiting to come in off a single. So with Neva right now and a new runner at the plate here with Titus, we'll see what the pinch hitter can do for the Oaks Tornadoes. So Neva still in a jam here in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch, that'll be outside for a ball at 1-0. Contest that is 60 minutes old so far here in Enderlin between the Tornadoes and the Jags. Start at 1:26 here this afternoon. Here's the 1-0 offering upcoming for Neva. This is going to be popped up. Trey Huzar going to give chase, but that'll be out of play. This will now be 1-1. Starting to see some blue make its way into Hendrickson Field with the Kinder Richland Vikings. Going to tangle with the Enderlin Eagles a half hour after this game concludes on yourliveevent.com. Here's the 1-1 offering. Auto miss for a ball now at 2-1 to Titus. Neva's best inning was the second, 3 up, 3 down with a ground out, strikeout, and a pop out. But he's had to labor a little bit here with Oaks being very patient at the plate. The 2-1. This is going to be hit in the air. That's just straightaway center field. Metzger gets a little bit in the gap. Titus able to put a good hit on it, but it's to Metzger, and that'll retire the Tornadoes here in the top of the 4th inning. There were no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 3.5 complete in Enderlin, 2-1 Northern Cass.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Watch the 2023 North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with Three Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone, and it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with Three Borders Sports Network and yourliveevent.com.
For Max Wallach, his afternoon is done. He is on the hook, however, for the result, if it is ending up in a loss here for the Oaks Tornadoes, as Max Wallach goes 3 innings on 48 pitches, 2 runs off of 1 hit. There were a couple errors in that first inning when Northern Cass scored 2. 3 walks and no strikeouts here for Max Wallach. He will go to left field, and the left fielder Gavin Christensen, who we mentioned earlier in the game that was warming up, is now going to take the mound here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Bottom of the 4th inning on our Bank North scoreboard, Hill, Waitson, and Westland to the plate. This is going to be hit high in the air. The center fielder will have to battle the wind here, and Wilprecht makes a Superman opportunity as he dives for that one. He left it all out in short right field. It'll be a single here for Jackson Hill. The wind coming in a little bit definitely died that ball down a little as Fletcher Wilprecht gave it as best as he possibly could to get that baseball. Instead, it will be a single, and Jackson Hill going to be at first base here. There's the pick back, and Hill's able to dive back in safely. So now with Carter Waits, and the Jags have had a runner on in every inning and able to have the leadoff runner on 3 consecutive innings, as this will miss outside for a ball to Waitson. Carter, with a walk and a stolen base, was stranded at third back in the 2nd inning. Kind of been a game where hasn't had the rhythm or the pace with either team, as this will miss outside for a ball at 2-0, partially because of really selective hitting that we've seen so far. I've seen a lot of 2-ball counts, 3-ball counts, counts that are able to go 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches as Christensen steps off. Jackson Hill at first, the pitch, looking to bunt. That'll be fouled back now, 2 balls and 1 strike. With Wallach in left, Wilprecht, as you mentioned, in center, and Rodin is currently in right. Rorick on the runner at first with Trainer at second, Roney at shortstop, and Hoisted at third with Xavier Vossler behind the plate. Christensen, it's back on the mound here, will work from the stretch as the Tornadoes being attentive to that runner. And this will be a wild pitch and allow the runner to go all the way to second base here. So Hill now will be at second base. So it'll be 3-1 on the way to Carter Waitson. And for Coach Sam Johnson and the Northern Cass Jaguars, the opportunity here with a 3-1 count. If you want to bunt one more time for Waitson, see if you can get that runner to third. That's what they're going to try to do. Here's the bunt, but it's hit up the third baseline foul. That'll make the count full at 3-2. Region 1 coverage for baseball and softball continues on Monday. It'll be in the afternoon in Kindred around the noon hour for game number 1 of 4 for softball. For baseball, location to be determined, but first game will be at 5 o'clock on Monday. Here's the pitch. That'll be a ball, and Christensen will come on. See a little duck fly single by Jackson Hill, then a walk on the way here. As Carter Westland with a sacrifice his last time. That went 1-3 to Wallach to Rorick at first base. Rorick in on the grass at first, about 10 feet in front of the runner in Waitson. Here's the pitch. Looking to bunt. It is bunted. Christensen going to try to go to third, and it's going to be in there. Christensen looked to spin, but coming off was Hoisted. And now bases are full of Jags. So now all of a sudden for Northern Cass, they have the bases loaded with a single and air and also a walk here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Chris Hoyland, 0 for 4 here in this tournament, will step up to the plate. This is going to be hit on a line, and that's going to die into right center field. 1 run's coming in. A 2nd run's coming in. Here's the relay going to be cut off. It's a 2 RBI single here for Chris Hoyland as Hill and Wadeson come in to score. It's now 4-1 Northern Cass. Big hit by your number 9 batter in Chris Hoyland. Now it's going to be 4-1 in favor of the Jags. So Hoyland with the 2 RBI single. Going from first to third is Westland. And there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bunted. This is up, and Vossler just didn't see it. And that'll be a strike now, 0-1 with Metzger. So no balls and 1 strike. And Christensen has came on and seen 4 batters, a single walk, error, and a single here for Northern Cass as Metzger today 0 for 2 from the plate on the leadoff batter position. Runners at the corners. The pitch. I will miss out of the zone. Now 1-1. Runner at third base. Westland. Hoyland at first. Stay put. So the Jags able to get a nice hit there for Chris Hoyland. Really good contact. Not doing too much with it. Just try to barrel it up somewhere. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This is going to be a squeeze play coming on. They're able to get the run scored. Rounding second. Gonna stay there will be Hoyland. Westland comes in. Metzger with the RBI, and now it's 5-1 in favor of Northern Cass. Coming in to score will be Westland. It's now 5-1. So 5-1 in favor of the Jags. The pitch upcoming here to Jacob Osee now at 1-0. So 2 runs in the first for Northern Cass, and they played at 3, bottom of their lineup, the 6, 7, and 8 batters starting it off, and now you flip it back over and a chance to add to it here with Osee swung on and missed. Now 1-1. Osee today with a walk, with a stolen base in the first and a run scored, and a single and a stolen base his last time up to begin things in the third. Northern Cass looking to take that lead up, though, to 5, as this is going to be a fly ball hitting the air to center field. Wilprecht will come in, and that'll be out number 2. So 4 batters up and on. Then Metzger with a quality productive out on the sacrifice there. Then Osee with the fly out. So Neva will step up. 0 for 2 today with the run scored. He reached base with an error on the third baseman, and they're going to do an intentional walk here. So Dobitz is going to say, all right, you're 0 for 2. We're not going to worry about it here. As Fletcher Wilprecht in center field. After seeing that one comes across with Christensen now. So Neva on the intentional walk here will be at first base. Runner at second again is Hoyland. Now it's Trey Huzar, the 8th batter of the inning, up here for Northern Cass. He'll take a ball outside. Trey with a walk in the first inning, grounded out to Trainer his last time up in the third. Playing in front of the bag at first base there is Rorick. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll be low, and that'll be a pass ball variety. Runners will move up into scoring position now for Northern Cass. So Hoyland will go to third base. Neva goes to second. 2-0 upcoming here. And now all of a sudden Northern Cass can put up a bigger crooked number here in the bottom of the 4th inning, up by 4. For Trey Hujar, looking to put one in the outfield. This one is going to be popped up. Xavier Vossler looks for this one, as this will be out of play as Vossler looked to climb the chain link fence on the backstop. So it'll be a strike now, 2-1. For the Oaks Tornadoes in the top of the 5th inning, it will be Hoisted, Wilprecht, and Trainer. Keegan Neva so far through 4 innings has gone 83 pitches. So that pitch count again is starting to mount here, just 135. He's gone over half of his limit in a tournament here for the Jags. This is going to be a high fly ball hit deep to right field, but that'll be a loud out. Odin is there for a loud out to retire the side. But Northern Cass plates 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning on our Bank North scoreboard, and they lead it by 4 on your liveevent.com.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we'll have the Oaks Tornadoes and the Northern Cass Jaguars here. For Northern Cass, they will make a pitching change. Keegan Neva, 83 pitches in 4 innings of work, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, a run on 2 hits here for Neva and Northern Cass, as Jacob Ossie will take the mound here for the first time in this Region 1 baseball tournament. The pitch is going to be hit on the ground. This goes right to where Keegan Neva now plays, and that'll be 6-3 as Hoisted is out on 1 pitch. At shortstop again, Neva. You have Hoyland going from short to second, and OC goes from second to pitcher here for the Jags. Fletcher Wilprecht today 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. And now all of a sudden, Oaks here in the top of the 5th inning, outs are coming against them, down by 4, as this will be a ball at 1-0. They had their opportunities, though, against Oak Grove, and they've had their opportunities here against Northern Cass, just unable to really break it open in a particular inning, as this will miss for a ball at 1-0. But they're good enough for the Tornadoes to put quality at-bats together, and 4 runs. You can put 2-3 quality at-bats. You can easily score a run, no problem. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball now at 3-0. After Fletcher Wilprecht, it's James Trainer. Oaks so far has left 4 runners on base, 2 hits, but it's been the 5 walks and a couple of outs at home that have really cost the Tornadoes so far in this one. Taking the entire way was Fletcher Wilprecht. Now it's a strike at 3-1. Third time through the lineup here for the Tornadoes, but first time again that they're seeing OC in relief. Here's the 3-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball. 5-pitch walk with Fletcher Wilprecht. Walk number 6 here for the Oaks Tornadoes as a team, and now it's James Trainer. Here's the part of the order that has done the damage so far for the Tornadoes. 2 walks for Trainer, 2 walks for Christensen with a run scored. Roney is a walk and a single here. So if there's a time to come back, OC on the pick play. Huzar trying to get him, but that'll not be in time. Top of the 5th inning in this Region 1 baseball elimination contest between Northern Cass and the Oaks Tornadoes. OC looks back the runner as the runner comes back, and this is what has made this game a little bit long, as we've seen a bunch of pick throws. We've seen 2-ball, 3-ball counts so far through this contest in a game that has kind of slowed down a little bit, over 75 minutes old so far. Runner's going to go. Here's the throw down to second base, and not going to be in time. Sliding in safely here will be Fletcher Wilprecht. It'll be 1-0 on the way here to James Trainer. So one down here in the top of the 5th inning with Wilprecht now in scoring position. 1-0 pitch from Osi. That'll be in there for a strike at the knee at 1-1. Earlier today, Central Cass with a win over Fargo Oak Grove 6-2. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball at 2-1. Going to complete game was Jackson Parker, 7 innings, 12 strikeouts, 6 walks, 4 hits, and 2 runs against for Parker against Fargo Oak Grove. Both teams, however, advance to Monday. The Grovers will play at 5. Central Cass will play in the championship at 7. There's the pickoff play, not going to be quick enough. As coming back there was Hoyland. So 2-1 upcoming on the way here with Osi going against Trainer. Trainer with a stolen base back in the 3rd has reached base twice so far today for Coach Dobitz. Secondary lead. Here's the pitch. That'll be out of the zone now. 3-1 as Wilprecht kind of had that secondary lead. He got another 5 to 10 feet almost there. And kind of saw Osi looking back a little bit before he fired home. Here's the 3-1 offering on the way for Osi. He will go back to second. Little daylight play. Safe, says the umpires padded there. So second time we've seen that at second base for Fletcher Wilprecht with a head-first slide. Get some of the sand and dirt out of his helmet here. And now Osi, a little bit of a jam here in the inning, and that'll be a walk. So Trainer will be awarded first base here. Osi comes on a grounder, followed by 2 consecutive walks, and now it's Gavin Christensen. The Tornadoes have had runners on in the 1st, 3rd, and their big opportunity in the 4th with a Titus fly out to center field with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Right now, runners at 1st and 2nd, 1 out. First pitch swinging is Christensen. Now it's 0-1. Gavin today with 2 walks, a run scored, and 2 stolen bases here for Christensen. As right now you're going to have the Oaks Tornadoes threatening again here, but this in the top of the 5th inning as that'll be a ball at 1-1. The Enderlin Eagles and the Kinder Richland Vikings are waiting for the conclusion of this game before they will take the field. Here's the pitch. The runner's going to go. Here's the throw to second base. And that was a tough one on the way there. As now you have runners at the corners. Wilprecht was going. The leg was up by Osi, but as he spun, lost the ball on it. And fortunate that it wasn't really a hard throw as it was stayed in the infield. But now Wilprecht will go to 3rd base. Here staying put at first is Trainer. And with the count where it is right now at 1 ball and 1 strike, we've seen Greg Dobitz do this a handful of times with runners at the corners. Put the runner at first, allow him to get to second and see if he can steal. Well, there it comes. The throw down, not going to happen on the throw. This time keeping it is going to be the catcher on the way here in Hill. So Trainer goes to second base. Runners will be in scoring position now on the way for Gavin Christensen, as it will be 2 balls and 1 strike. The Tornadoes looking to break it open a little bit here in the 5th as Christensen sees this one foul back. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oaks looking for that base knock, a 2 RBI variety here. Get right back in it to Northern Cass. Osi looking for out number 2 here of the 5th inning. The 2-2 pitch to Christensen. This is going to be popped up and fouled over the 3rd base dugout. And we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, this is the part of the lineup that has had success here today for the Tornadoes. And they are putting the pressure on again the 3rd time through. Here's the 2-2 offering. This is going to be a line drive and almost hit the runner at 3rd at Wilprecht. Wilprecht had to kind of duck and cover on that one. Froze and then was kind of playing the conga line. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Christensen getting a little bit closer to trying to time up Osi. He's hit 2 foul balls consecutive order. Where does Osi go here on the 2-2 pitch? And the pitch Strike three, is it going to be going through? They'll look. Yes, he did. So Christensen strikes out on a little check swing. First strikeout for OC in relief, and now there's 2 down. Brogan Roney, a single and a walk today for the junior shortstop and cleanup batter here for the Tornadoes. The pitch, that'll miss for a ball at 1-0. Max Wallach due up next here for Oaks. But for Brogan Roney, he'll look to find a way to get on base, bring the tying run up, or possibly deliver a base knock. Foul tipped, and it'll be 1-1. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. The Tornadoes, as they've done in every inning but the second, are threatening. They've only scored a 1 run. That was back in the first. They've been caught at home twice for 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch is going to be hit on the ground. That's a 3-hopper to Neva. Neva across the diamond to Huzar, and that'll end the threat here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-3 on the putout. There were no runs off of no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-1 Northern Cass here on your liveevent.com.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota on yourliveevent.com. 5-1 Northern Cass here over the Oaks Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes will send Christensen again to the mound here for his 2nd inning of work. Northern Cass able to have 8 batters to the plate in the 4th inning where they scored 3 runs. Chris Hoyland with the big two runs on the RBI on the base knock to right field as Sam Clement here. This one will be in for a strike, now 0-2. Sam so far here today 0 for 2. Then you have Jackson Hill. Jackson has a single with a stolen base and a run scored. Then Carter Waitson with 2 walks. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman, Trainer. Trainer with a nice 4-3 putout here, 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. So for the Tornadoes and Christensen, look for the goose egg here and see if you can get something brewing against OC then in the 6th. As we've seen the opportunity, it's kind of like the old appetizer. You have maybe 1 or 2 chicken tenders or chicken strips, but you just don't get the full bird, as this is foul back at 0-1. And what I mean by that is you're just not getting the full chicken sandwich, and that's kind of what you're trying to see here for the Tornadoes is how can they minimize anything here for Northern Cass moving forward, but get guys on base with walks and singles, but they're looking for that extra base hit, whether it's a home run, a double, something hit down the line. Just haven't seen that as Christensen works ahead again in the count at 0-2. Breaking ball will come and miss now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sure you sponsor and patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here for the Region 1 baseball tournament here on yourliveevent.com. The 1-2 miss. Now a 2-2. Next week, we'll continue with the Region 1 and Region 2 baseball softball tournaments. Also, the EDC softball tournament. This one will run in and hit them. So Jackson Hill will be awarded first base on the hit-by pitch. That'll be the 3rd free pass for Christensen in relief. And now it's Carter Waitson. And Hill looks to be all right at first as he takes his lead. Also a reminder, the Shields Softball All-Star Series in June, the Optimist Volleyball Series in June, and then the Lions All-Star Basketball Series in July will also be on yourliveevent.com. Here's the pitch on the way in for a strike. Runner's going to go to second base. Is he out? Yes. Vossler to Roney as Jackson Hill going to be gunned down at second, and there's 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Carter Wadeson will now bat with nobody on in an 0-1 count. Good looking throw there for Xavier Vossler. Good job swiping across there was Roney, and the pitch. This is going to be hit on a line and right in front of the center fielder here on a 2-hop with Wilprecht, and Carter Wadeson gets a 2-out single. So Westland will step up to the plate as a run so far scored today. Sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd inning to get the runner in Wadeson moved up to third base. We'll see if Wadeson takes off here. There's the pick throw as this is going to get by, and now all of a sudden rounding second on his way to third is going to be Carter Wadeson, and Wadeson able to get into third base. So Carter Wadeson goes first to third on the air there by Christensen. And now all of a sudden the Jags, they're going to be threatening here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs again here in the bottom of the 5th. There's the pitch on the way. This is going to be hit in the air. That's to center field, and Wilprecht is able to get there to retire Carter Westland. No runs. There was a hit and an error, and 1 runner left on base. 5 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Northern Cass 5, Oaks 1. It's the Region 1 Baseball Tournament on your liveevent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts, from edible bean equipment to air compressors and pressure washers. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat clothing selection at Emery Vistos Implement. Anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or go online to vistoimplement.com. That's vistoimplement.com.
Top of the 6th inning here on your live event. OC on for his 2nd inning of work here as we go to the top of the 6th with Wallach, Vossler, and Dolney due up here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Oaks, with a loss, would finish the season 7-7, trying to get to an 8-6 on the year and play a little bit later today. While for Northern Cass, 11-6, looking to hang on and get to 12-6 on the season and play one more game here later tonight in Enderlin. That is what Northern Cass is hoping for. As we near the 3 o'clock hour here in Enderlin. Oaks right now down to their final 6 outs. OC with the pitch. This is going to be a 1 pitch right to Keegan Neva, who bobbles it at short, and that is going to be an E6 and allow the Oaks Tornadoes, right where they've been for the majority of this game, having their leadoff man on board in some capacity. They had opportunities in the first, the third, the fourth, and last inning as well. As we mentioned, they're just looking for that 1 hit to really round the bases with runners on. Wallach takes his lead off of first. He'll be back safely here. Xavier Vossler will step up. 1 for 2 so far today. He's 2 for 5 in the tournament. Vossler with a single, then courtesy run for his last time up with Wood. Runner at first base again, and Max Wallach. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-1. For Northern Cass right now, 6 outs away from moving on in this 2023 Region 1 baseball tournament. Last year, these two teams played in 6 innings. It was a 13-3 win for Northern Cass over Oaks a year ago, as that'll miss for a ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. And game being played in Kindred. Here's the 1-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball now at 2-1. Big story of the game for those of you that just joined us. Trainer has been thrown out at home twice. Once after an errant throw by Neva, and then he was gunned down Clement to Hill, and then he was thrown out at home after a really nice play with the second baseman at the time, OC, cutting in front of Hill. After Christensen went to go steal second, they were able to get it to Hill, and Hill applied the tag just in time before Trainer came in on that double steal opportunity, as this is fouled back at 2-2. So far, the runs across in this game, Christensen, top of the first inning, came in after an error by the pitcher in Keegan Neva. Hoisted would tie things up in the bottom of the first inning with an error, and then another error would come in to get the second run of the game for Northern Cass. They have a chance for a double play. Huzar, is he going to be on there? No, he will not be on at first base. So we'll have one coming out as Max Wallach is retired. Reaching on a fielder's choice. It's going to be Xavier Vossler here. And now you'll have Blayson Dolney coming up to the plate. Good job there on the way for Clement to go to Hoyland. Hoyland had a chance for the double play. We'll see if we get a courtesy runner here with Noah Wood, as what we've seen in the past. Come on here for Oaks, as it looks like here. So Wood will come on for the courtesy run. Blayson Dolney so far a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging here today. 0 for 2 as Sam Osee with 4 outs. In Region 2 for baseball, Mayport CG leads Hillsborough Central Valley 4-0 in the bottom of the first inning. This one is going to be hit on the ground, and that's going to be bobbled by the third baseman. Comes across not in time. And for the Oaks Tornadoes, they will have runners at first and second. So Wallach, again, is retired at second base. Wood now will occupy second. Dolney gets on board for the first time, and now the second error here for Northern Cass in the inning. Northern Cass committed 3 errors in 1 inning against Central Cass, in which the Squirrels plated 5 runs across. As they're trying to see if they can get the runner at second base to come across. They did this yesterday against Central Cass, and they almost got it to work as Coppervig came off the bag. Reminds me of the movie again, Little Big League, if you will. Staying put there is Noah Wood. So Dolney and, again, Rorick coming up here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Region 2 softball tournament. Grafton leads Carrington 2-0 in the top of the second inning. And the Region 1 softball tournament, Central Cass in a 10-run rule. Hankinson Co-op 10-0 through 5, as this one is fouled back now 0-1. So Central Cass will move into the champions portion of the Region 1 softball bracket here. They'll play at 4 o'clock on Monday, while for Hankinson, big play on the way, diving back in safely. As Hankinson will play Northern Cass in a loser-out game at noon on Monday on YourLiveEvent.com on the softball side. Enderlin awaits the loser of HCV and Kindred Richland. Central Cass will play the winner of Kindred Richland, Hillsborough Central Valley, coming up a little bit later on. So currently right now to Rorick, it is a 1-ball-and-1-strike count. 0 for 1 today. Here is Deegan after Titus came on a courtesy one. This is going to be hit on the ground. Neva backhands it, throws it across. This will bring Huzar off the bag, but he's able for Huzar to keep that from going into foul territory here. So it's an infield single on the way here for Rorick. And now the Tornadoes have loaded the bases and brought the tying run to the plate. Wood at third base, Dolney at second, Rorick at first. As Osee, this would be the first hit that he's given up in relief. Pair of walks in the fifth. So far here, 2 errors and a single has loaded up the bases. As we'll have Hoisted then the top of the lineup here. Again, the Oaks Tornadoes, we've seen this so many times in this game. It's just, can they open the floodgates open? Can they get a base knock into the outfield and try to drive in 2 or 3 runs. They're down to their final 5 outs right now if they're unable to come back and tie it up or possibly take the lead. Bottom half of the 6 for Northern Cass will feature 9, 1, and 2 batters. But right now the number 9 batter here in the lineup for Oaks with a chance to come on and drive some tornadoes in. The middle will try to play for 2. The corners will play in on the grass. OC with the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Good location. Hoisted 0 for 5 here in the tournament. 0 for 2 here today. Trying to do what you had with Chris Hoyland in the number 9 spot for Northern Cass earlier. Deliver RBI or 2. That one right back to the pitcher. Oh, what a play. Did they get him at 2? No. Oh, what a play by OC. OC with a line drive shot off a hoist that he barreled it right to the pitcher. He looked to the third base where getting back was Noah Wood, and if he could have quicker found out that the runner at second and Dolney was halfway between second and third, could have got out of it with a double play instead. It's just allowed out number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. That one, mark that at home as possibly being the defensive gem of the game. You couldn't hit it any harder if you're Hoisted. Wilprecht will come on here, sees a walk. Now it's 1-0. Fletcher 0 for 2 today with a walk and 2 stolen bases. It's the tying run to the plate again here for the Tornadoes, and another chance. The 1-0, a high fly ball that's going to be hit to left field. Westland comes in and on, and that'll retire the side. The Tornadoes have had chance after chance after chance, but unable to put up a crooked number in a particular inning here against Northern Cass. So there were no runs off of 1 hit, 2 errors, and bases full of Tornadoes. Bottom of the 6th we go. Northern Cass leads it by 5.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here, Hoyland, Metzger, and OC. Hoyland right now with the big base knock to give him a little breathing room. That again was in the bottom of the 4th inning, the 2 RBI shot for the freshman shortstop. He'll take one for a ball now at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes on the way. Christensen on the mound. The pitch, this will be in the dirt now. 2 balls and no strikes. Opportunity here for Mayport CG and Hillsborough Central Valley playing each other in Region 2. Here's the pitch on the way. That'll be a ball. Also Thompson, team that has found ways to make it to state out of Region 2, make it to state titles, win the last state championship. Who are we going to find this year on the eastern side of the state make its way to Minot? Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way to Chris Hoyland. The pitch. That'll miss for a walk, and a good at-bat here for Hoyland, who draws the 4th walk off of Christensen. So Metzger will come up now. So far today, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt his last time up. As a third baseman in Hoisted will play in on the grass. And then you have Rorik holding on the runner at first as the wind is starting to make its way in and gust a little bit here at Hendrickson Field. As Christensen bluffs to throw it to first base. Here's the pitch. Looking to bunt. Runner's going to go from first to second, and that's going to be a stolen base on the way here for Hoyland. So the freshman shortstop doing a little bit of everything today. A single, a walk, and now a stolen base here. As Hoyland again start at shortstop here today for Northern Cass. Metzger, the pitch, looks to foul tip as that one will be a strike. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike on the way here with Metzger. Still to come, we'll hear from a winning player, our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Also, we'll get to our Hardy Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be bunted back at 1-2. And right now, the Arctic Enterprises play is a Hoyland base knock, but I think more so Osi and Neva getting out of situations and Trainer being out at home base twice. Those are just stuff that is added up where Oaks easily could have a crooked number up on the board. Instead, they're just at 1-1 right now here through 5.5 in this contest against Northern Cass. There's the 1-2 swung on and miss, and Christensen gets the strikeout. So 1 down now here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As OC so far here with a single, a walk, and a stolen base with a run scored. 1 of 2 here for Northern Cass. The sophomore second baseman also on the mound. Trying to finish it off here for Coach Johnson and the Jags in the 7th, but a valuable run stands at second base as this will miss for a ball at 1-0. Northern Cass trying to get a 5-run advantage here as the runner from second takes his lead in Hoyland. Christensen looks back the runner. Here's the 1-0 offering. Going from second to third and was going right on the pitch again was Hoyland. As now he's going to round in. Here's the throw. Is he out at home? He is. An opportunity goes awry there for Northern Cass. Stolen base for Hoyland to third, and then he's going to be caught at home. And now there's 2 down upcoming with OC batting with nobody out and a 2-0 count upcoming. Hoyland was going right off the pitch after Christensen went into his motion to go home. He already had third base. Then that one was in the dirt and past Vossler. 2-1, and he rounded third base. And Vossler made a really nice play, and then the tag that came with it applied on the way. Vossler to Christensen to cover 2-1 on the out. This is going to be hit on the ground. This one will get off the third baseman's mitt, a little C&I single, if you will, with Under Hoisted and Roney, and it's a 2-out base knock for OC. His second single of the contest, the 4th hit from Christensen in relief. And now it's going to be Keegan Neva. Neva was intentionally walked his last time up. 0 for 2 here today for Neva at the plate. The pitch. This is a smash. That's a hit to right field, but right to the right fielder. Barreled up. Rodin is there. And the flyout retires the Jags here in the 6th inning. No runs, there was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played 6 on our Bank North scoreboard. The Tornadoes lead it by 4, down to their Tornadoes down by 4, down to their final 3 outs. We return on your live event.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Top of the 7th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass 5, the Oaks Tornadoes 1, and a first of 3 elimination games here in the Region 1 baseball tournament on yourliveevent.com. It's Trainer, Christensen, and Roney here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Trainer with 3 walks today and 2 stolen bases. steps up here for the Tornadoes down to their final 3 outs, not just of the game, but of the season. As trainer looks to bunt, that'll be a strike, now 0-1. OC, 35 pitches in relief so far, 2 innings of work, 1 hit against, a couple of walks, and a strikeout. The pitch, this is going to be hit up the right. The right fielder in Wadeson is there, and that'll be 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. If Oaks falls in this game and unable to make a comeback, they're going to play the what-if game a number of times when looking back through the box score and just looking for that base knock. If you're Northern Cass, it's all about surviving and advancing on this particular day, no matter how you do it. As this one will miss for a ball at 1-0. The goal is to get to Monday. How can you find a way to put yourself in a situation to possibly play in a championship game on Monday is the goal here for these teams, as this one is foul back. Now it's 1-1. Then make your way to Minot if you can win the Region 1 title the first weekend of June, that 1st through the 3rd, after last year being in Thompson, last year being in Fargo, where Thompson defeated Lemoore Litchfield-Marion. This one misses for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Christensen with a walk in the 1st inning with a run scored. Walk with a stolen base in the 3rd as well. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way for OC. Going to be in the dirt now, 3-1. There's been 1-2-3 inning here for the Oaks Tornadoes at the plate. That was in the 2nd. Keegan Neva went 4 innings of work on 83 pitches for Oaks. Here's the offering. Christensen hits one down the left field line, and that one is going to be in there for a fair ball. Westland cuts it off. Christensen rounds first. It's a loud and a long single. Really nice job by Westland cutting that one off to not go down the line. But for Gavin Christensen, it's a 1-out base knock. That's the type of hit they were looking for earlier with runners on, but Oaks will take it here. It's finding a way to bring the tying run to the plate. Who's currently not on the on-deck circle, but in the hole. So hit number 2 against OC. Christensen takes his lead off of first. This will miss for a ball to Brogan Roney. Roney, 1 of 2 today with a single, a walk, and a grounder his last time up to Neva. At shortstop, here's the 1-0 offering. And this is going to be hit on the ground. The 3rd baseman here, Clemens, going to bobble it, picks it back up, and not in time. So for the Tornadoes, they'll have runners at 1st and 2nd. Christensen will be at 2nd. Brogan Roney take advantage of Clemens there, just unable to field it properly to start with. Once he bobbled it, he barehanded it, had a chance to throw Huzar out at 1st, unable to do so. Now it's Max Wallach. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball, now 1-0. Max here today 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 4th inning. He flew out to center, then reached base on an error his last time up. The pitch, going to be hit on the ground. A difficult play that ends up going foul. So kind of hit the lip of the infield here between the dirt and the grass, and as it did so, just shooted foul. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-1 in favor of Northern Cass. The tying run on the on-deck circle here by the name of Xavier Vossler, but can they bring him to the plate? Or will it still be a high fly ball? That one has a chance. That's going to go to left center field, and that one is going to be, was it caught? Yes, it is. Oh, what a play by Metzger in center field off the wall and the ivy. Max Wallach with the 2nd time is going to be out by Metzger in center. One heck of a play by Metzger and Westland to call for it, to make sure they don't run into each other in number 2. As it just came off the bat, you thought it might have a chance to get to that warning track area, maybe hit the fence, and Metzger did a really nice job gloving that one as their Tornadoes are down to their final out. Vossler, first pitch swinging, 0-1. That might be the best defensive play here in this particular game from a Northern Cass point of view. If Metzger is unable to have that one cleanly, and we're talking about a 5-2, 5-3 kind of ball game. Well, excuse me, check swing for Vossler here. Now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the way here to the senior catcher, as OC looking to retire the Tornadoes here in this contest. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball going to be hit on the ground. Clement is there. He'll go 3 unassisted, and the contest is officially over. So 3 make that 5 unassisted. OC comes on. 3 innings of work here. The winning pitcher of record will be Keegan Neva. The losing pitcher of record here will be Max Wallach here in a contest that goes 1 hour and 52 minutes. The Oaks Tornadoes will finish their season 7-7. Well, for Northern Cass, the Tornadoes, the Jags will improve to 12-6. They will take a game off and see who they will play next between Kindred Richland and the Enderlin Eagles. But again, your final on the Bank North scoreboard, Northern Cass 5, the Oaks Tornadoes 1. When we come back after this, we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, RDK Enterprises feature, precision play the contest, and more. That's all coming up here on your liveevent.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
As we come back here, join us is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game for the Northern Cass Jaguars. It's Chris Hoyland, able to get a single with a walk, stolen base, and 2 runs as well in the number 9 spot here for Coach Johnson and Northern Cass. And Chris, for you, first and foremost, congratulations on the win. Take us through this contest. 2-1, you come up with a couple of runners on back in the 4th inning. You're able to deliver that base knock to right. You make it 4-1. Just take us through that at bat. What did you kind of see there at the plate?
He was just throwing some balls. Coach was like trusting me to get a hit if I saw a good strike. If not, just take the walk if I could. And I saw a good pitch. Got a single.
Able to do the less is more, so to speak, if you will, at the plate, and able to get 2 runs coming across. Let's talk about Keegan Neva and also OC on the mound here. I know Jacob had to go through a little bit of adversity. The same thing with Keegan. Oaks did a really good job, drawing walks, finding situations, but ultimately you're able to get a couple of nice outs at home, able to find the different situations defensively. What did you see from Keegan and Jacob just to minimize anything from what Oaks was able to have here today?
They're great pitchers, trusted their infield, threw strikes. Oaks hit it. We were able to get them out with very, very few errors.
So now all of a sudden you'll await the winner of this next game between Enderlin and Kindred Richland. What does it mean for you guys to survive one more day and at least have another game here in Enderlin? What does it mean for you?
It means a lot, especially after the rough loss against Castleton. Make a comeback, win the next game, hopefully go 2-1 now.
And all of a sudden, what's in between here? What do you have for snacks in between a game? Do you kind of just put the feet up a little bit, try to take a cat nap, or are you going to watch this game here, Chris?
I think we're going to watch the game, have a few snacks from concessions, enjoy the tournament.
Awesome. Hey, Chris, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward, and we'll see you about 2 hours from now for your second game here in Enderlin.
Thank you.
That, again, is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Chris Hoyland. We're back after this on our post-game show with a look at the final line score. That's coming up next.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsborough. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsborough. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, Swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsborough.
Let's get to our Enbridge Energy player of the game again. That is Chris, as Chris in this particular contest, the 2 RBI single into right, and he was just able to break the game open at that point for Northern Cass. And coming in to score was Hill and Waits, and that was in the 4th inning to make it 4-1. Chris Hoyland, the freshman, is our Enbridge Energy player of the game in this one. Go to Enbridge.com. Life takes energy. That's Enbridge Energy for life. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. From there to our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, and I think you can say plays. You can put it plural a little bit. A couple of times defensively here, Northern Cass able to get out of situations. James Traynor was thrown out at home after Aniva threw it past Clement at third base, but then Clement able to stay with it, go to Hill, and he was going to be retired at home, and then all of a sudden he was out at home as well. A double steal where Christensen went to second, and you had the second baseman at the time, O.C. in front of it, throw it to Hill at the plate, apply the tag of Traynor, and that, again, was in the 3rd inning to get out of the situation. You had runners in at second and third with a pinch hitter in Titus, who hit one hard to right center, but Metzger was there. And then also Metzger with a nice play again in the top of the 7th inning with runners at first and second. Wallach hit one in the jet stream into left center field, but climbing the ivy a little bit was Metzger able to make the play. So just a myriad of plays for our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the game. Just the defense enough for Northern Cass. When they needed to make the play defensively, they did it here today. Arctic Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. For precision planning updates, information, and questions, contact Arctic Enterprises at 701-636-2119. That's 636-2119, or visit planterdoc.com. On a contest, it takes 1 hour, 52 minutes. Northern Cass, 5 runs. They were able to just muster 5 hits. They had 6 errors and 7 runners left on base. The Oaks with 1 run, 4 hits, 4 errors, and 11 runners left on base. Metzger in this contest goes 0 for 3 with a run driven in. O.C. with 2 singles. He would eventually go 2 for 3 with a stolen base, a run scored, and a walk as well. Keegan Neva in this contest would go 0 for 3. He was intentionally walked in the 4th. He did come in and score in the 1st inning. Trey Hussar goes 0 for 2. Sam Clement here today, he was 0 for 3. Jackson Hill goes 1 of 2 with a single and a run scored and a stolen base. Carter Wadeson goes 1 of 1 from the plate with 2 walks, a single, and a run scored. Carter Westland able to finish 0 for 2 today, but with a run scored. And Hoyland, again, with a single walk and a stolen base and 2 runs here for Northern Cass. Fletcher Welprecht for the Oaks Tornadoes would go 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 stolen bases. James Traynor with 3 walks and a couple of stolen bases would end up this one 0 for 1. Gavin Christensen goes 1 of 2 with a walk, a run scored, a couple of stolen bases as well, and a single. Brogan Roney would end up going in this contest, 1 of 3 with a single back in the first. Max Wallach would finish 0 for 4. You'd have Xavier Vossler here in this one, able to go 1 of 4 with a single. Blazin Dolny goes 0 for 3. Deegan Rourke goes 1 of 2 with a single. Titus goes 0 for 1, and Michael Hoisted goes 0 for 3. The big one, too, came in that 6th inning. Hoisted hit a line drive right up, and Osi was able to snag that one on the pitcher's mound for out number 2 after they had bases loaded for the Oaks Tornadoes as well. So that does it for this contest. Northern Cass picks up the win. They go to 12-6 on the season. They'll play after the conclusion of our next game featuring the Kinder Richland Vikings and the Innerland Eagles. That one about 25 minutes from now. Going to be closer to about 4 o'clock before you get to the first pitch, and then 6 o'clock or so, 6:30 by the time we get to our final elimination game here today in Enderlin. Earlier today, Central Cass picks up the 6-2 win in the semifinals over the Oak Grove Grovers. We'll take a quick break. We're back a little bit later on here from Enderlin for Game 3 of 4 today from Hendrickson Field. The season is done for Coach Dobitz and the Tornadoes as they drop to 7-7, while for Northern Cass they improved to 12-6. We're back in a little bit here from Hendrickson Field on your liveevent.com.